Good to be with you. I'm Tony DeCopel. The breaking news right now.
We are at an hour of desperation.
A deadline has just passed in the potential kidnapping of Nancy Guthrie. That apparent ransom note demanding millions as Savannah Guthrie posts a new video pleading for the public's help, saying they still believe their mom is out there as the search enters its second week with no suspect. Also developing tonight, winter warm-up, millions of Americans finally getting a break from the extreme cold. Rob Marciano standing by. And what's the big deal about the Super Bowl? One Seahawks player's mom admits she's still figuring it out.
From CBS News headquarters in New York, this is the CBS Evening News with Tony DeCopel.
Good evening. We begin once again with the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie and the new video released just hours ago. Today, co-anchor Savannah Guthrie describing the family's, quote, hour of desperation and calling on the public for help as the search for her mother enters a second week. We are also following the possible ransom note demanding millions of dollars ahead of tonight's deadline, 5 p.m. local time, a deadline that has just passed. So let's get right to Jonathan Vigliotti once again for us on the ground in Arizona. Jonathan, good evening.
And Tony, that desperation can be felt here on the ground. This is now day 9 of this search. Investigators say there is no suspect, no person of interest, and as that deadline approaches, still no proof of life.
We believe our mom is still out there.
Savannah Guthrie posted a new video, this time reaching out to the public for help finding her 84-year-old mom, Nancy.
If you see anything, if you hear anything, if there's anything at all that seems strange to you, that you report to law enforcement. We are at an hour of desperation, and we need your help.
The message follows one from Saturday when the family said they were ready to pay.
We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her.
Kyle Vowinkle is a decorated former FBI hostage negotiator who also served on the hostage rescue team.
It seems to me that the communications may have come to a halt, or maybe they made a decision not to send the money.
Law enforcement says there are few new leads and still no suspects. Investigators believe Guthrie disappeared early Sunday morning, February 1st. Nancy Guthrie's doorbell camera was disconnected at 1:47 a.m. At 2:12 a.m., camera software detects a person or movement, but no video is available. Then at 2:28 a.m., Guthrie's pacemaker app disconnects from her phone, which was left behind.
What stands out to you specifically regarding the timeline that's been presented by the FBI?
So 40 minutes being engaging in criminal activity is a lifetime. Professional kidnappers would want to go in, do their business quickly, and get out. That long implies to me that they're very comfortable in the area.
Over the weekend, investigators searched what appeared to be a septic tank on Guthrie's property, and a camera was removed from her roof.
Investigators are also reviewing traffic camera video and video from gas stations, but so far those leads have gone cold. The FBI is also continuing to call on the public for help. There are 3 hotlines. Anyone with information is asked to call those numbers. There on your screen.
Jonathan, thank you very much. To weather tonight, the dangerous and historic deep freeze that swept across much of the U.S. is finally loosening its grip. Meteorologist Rob Marciano shows us the widespread effects and has a preview of the warmer temperatures at last to come.
The weeks-long cold snap peaking this weekend.
Feels like you're getting slapped by the wind.
The record-shattering cold made even more dangerous by high winds, which bent trees and brought down this canopy at a New Jersey gas station. With temperatures more than 20 degrees below average, daytime highs didn't even get out of the teens. A driver in New Jersey was doing donuts on a frozen pond before falling through the ice. According to police, he was issued several motor vehicle tickets. Strong winds across Lake Erie formed ice mountains 25 feet high. And in New York City, fountains froze.
It was colder in our city than in parts of Antarctica.
Mobile warming centers were rolled out too. Still, 18 people have died in the city since the start of this cold snap.
And the ice here along the Hudson River continues to expand with this wicked cold weather. Look at some of these wind chill readings over the weekend. We were minus 47 degrees across the Northeast Kingdom of Vermont, minus 63 in parts of the Adirondacks, just earth-shattering stuff. Now, we do have another clipper that's going to come across the Great Lakes and the northern tier tomorrow night into Wednesday morning. Could see 2 to 6 inches of snowfall, mostly north of I-84 and I-90, but this will help usher in somewhat warmer air. And here's where it is. Record-shattering stuff on the warm side for places like Sioux City, 75, Lincoln, Nebraska. Look at Kansas City, 75 degrees there. Some of that is going to inch off towards the east and at least get temperatures in the northeast up to more, well, seasonable levels, not quite record-breaking on the warm side. But we also are seeing a bit of a pattern shift where moisture, much-needed snow will come to the Sierra and the interior mountains there. We desperately need it, and at this point, with the stubborn weather pattern, we'll take any change that's coming. Tony?
We sure will, Rob. Thank you very much. Now to newly released body cam video from that deadly shooting in December at Brown University, a shooting that killed 2 students and led to a 6-day manhunt. Police have blacked out the most graphic images, but the video reveals the urgent room-to-room search for the shooter. Here's Tom Hansen.
Dispatch, be advised. It's an active shooter situation.
Newly released body cam footage and 911 calls from Providence police show the desperate search for a suspect and victims.
The assailant he's wearing a mask. That's all we have at this point.
Minutes after a gunman opened fire inside a Brown University classroom in mid-December.
Stand by. We got to continue to make sure the shooter's not in this building still, all right?
Scattered backpacks and books can be seen as students fled while studying for finals.
As of right now, we have no information as to who this person might be.
2 students were killed and 9 others wounded before the gunman managed to escape, sparking a 6-day manhunt. Police scoured surveillance video identifying a person of interest walking near campus hours before the shooting. But they got their big break from a post on Reddit. That led authorities to 48-year-old Claudio Neves Valente, a former Brown University student and Portuguese national. Investigators say Valente also shot and killed an MIT professor in his apartment building in a Boston suburb 2 days after the Brown shooting. Police eventually tracked Valente to a New Hampshire storage unit where he was found dead by a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Investigators also recovered videos in which he confessed to planning the massacre for 6 semesters. Thomas Seeger is a junior at Brown University.
I think the sad reality in our country at this point is that this can happen anywhere, and we have to expect that it will happen again.
And Tony, in a statement to CBS News, Brown University said, and I quote, "We have doubled the number of public safety officers on every shift and have installed new panic buttons and security cameras in select buildings. That's in addition to the more than 1,200 security cameras they already have." Tony?
Tom, thank you very much. Ghislaine Maxwell, co-conspirator of the late convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, appeared by video from prison before a House committee today. And to every single question, she pled the fifth, offering absolutely nothing new about Epstein's crimes. She will only talk, her lawyer said, if granted clemency first by President Trump. Here's Justice correspondent Scott McFarland.
I invoke my Fifth Amendment right.
Ghislaine Maxwell's virtual deposition today with a congressional committee lasted just minutes.
She had an opportunity today to answer questions that every American has.
Maxwell pleaded the fifth. Her attorney said she will speak honestly about the crimes against girls and clear President Trump of wrongdoing, only if granted clemency by Trump.
I don't think she is going to be helpful at all to anyone in this unless and until she can get a promise that she'll be let out of jail.
Damage from the Epstein files continues to spread. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick faces new calls to resign after CBS News reported Lutnick was in business with Epstein as recently as 2014 and discussed a 2012 family trip to Epstein's island, despite claiming he cut ties with Epstein after 2005.
My wife and I decided that I will never be in the room with that disgusting person ever again.
A Commerce Department spokesperson called the men's interactions limited. Other new files show Health Secretary RFK Jr. once went dinosaur bone hunting with Epstein and Maxwell. In Europe, 2 aides to British Prime Minister Keir Starmer have resigned, and there are calls for Starmer to step down himself, under pressure for appointing Peter Mandelson ambassador, despite his long friendship with Epstein. Former Prince Andrew has been further implicated, now under investigation for allegedly sharing confidential material with Epstein. Buckingham Palace says King Charles said he would support the probe, while the Prince and Princess of Wales said they are deeply concerned. Today, the Department of Justice began allowing members of Congress to view the millions of pages of unreleased files in a secure room here in Washington. Several did so, and one said there were materials involving girls as young as 9 and 10. Tony, they called it sickening.
Scott, thank you very much. Up next on the CBS Evening News, a plane is forced to land on a busy Georgia road. The pilot's message from the cockpit. Stay with us. We're back now with a small plane where a small plane definitely should not be.
We're not gonna make it. Please tell my wife Molly I love her.
Oh boy, that was the message from the pilot before he made an emergency landing on a very busy road in Gainesville, Georgia. The plane spinning to a stop, hitting several vehicles. Remarkably, no serious injuries reported, no official cause yet either. The pilot blamed a mechanical problem. Now to that wild scene out of southern Italy. A group of armed criminals, some posing as police, blocked a highway today in an attempt to rob an armored truck. You can see them taking cover before an explosion tears through the truck. Then a shootout and then a police chase, and apparently quite a successful police chase. No one was hurt. 2 of the suspects were arrested, according to investigators. And there are reports that the robbers got away with absolutely nothing from the truck. And Catherine O'Hara's official cause of death has been determined. The beloved comedy legend reportedly died from a pulmonary embolism on January 30th. Rectal cancer was listed as the underlying cause, according to the Associated Press. O'Hara was 71. More from Super Bowl 60 in a moment, including the mother of a Seattle Seahawk who didn't quite get all the hype. Stay with us.
This portion of the CBS Evening News is brought to you by Vivgard Hytrulo.
We are back with the good stuff. A lesson in love from the Super Bowl. Nick Eamon-Warry just won it all in his very first season as a safety with the Seattle Seahawks. And his mom was somewhere up there in that cheering crowd of 70,000. But Justina Eamon-Warry is not your typical football mom. It turns out, owing to the fact that she and Nick's father are Nigerian immigrants and didn't grow up with all this Super Bowl business, she didn't actually know the Super Bowl was such a big deal. A fact she revealed to a local reporter as she flew out to the game.
Everybody keep asking me, do you know what you are going for? I said, Super Bowl. So I'm like, okay, maybe this is something big that I don't know. It's big.
It is big, but what is even bigger, of course, is a mother's love. If your child is into it, you are too. And for Justina, that includes being into whatever this thing is, the Super Bowl, whatever that is. And Justina, I hope you enjoyed it. If you see this, let us know what you thought of the Super Bowl. Nick was fantastic in it. Congratulations to him. Congratulations to all the Seahawks. That's another day in America. I'm Tony DeCopel. For all of us at CBS News, thank you very much for watching. We will be back here again tomorrow night. Good night for now.